Hello my panda pals, and welcome back to the channel. Today I have another 90-day recap for you. We are on season 11, episode 10. Yeah, I'm not going to cover all the couples because nothing really happened with Stevie and Maddie and Sarper and Shekinah. Sarper and Shekinah, all you need to know is Sarper has giant balls and he met up with her sisters and it didn't go well. And Stevie and Maddie, Maddie proposed to her, but it was super boring, very uneventful, so it's not worth covering, so I'm not gonna. So today, we're gonna talk about what happened with Joan and Greg, Mark and Mina, and Jessica and Juan. So let's get into it. Let's check in with Joan and Greg first. Greg is heading out for his job interview, and it is for a state job this time. He says that he thinks it is gonna be a good fit because it's a very hands-on position.
It's a lot hands-on. There's plumbing involved, there's carpentry, electrical involved. It seems like a very, very good opportunity for me.
And yeah, while that does sound like it's in his wheelhouse, look at his face. He looks super duper sad that he needs to be a big boy and go out and get a job. So he heads out and he leaves Joan and Lucille home alone together. Joan, I was real impressed when you cleaned the bathroom the other day all on your own. Well, it was dirty, so I cleaned it. Yeah, you're gonna be a good mother. I mean, a wife. Lucille is like, I have a really fun project for us to do if you're down.
I had this project I've been wanting to finish for a long, long time now. If you want to help me, I mean.
And obviously, Joan can't tell this woman who is letting her stay in this house rent-free to shut the fuck up and leave her alone, so she obliges.
Yeah, I'm good. Well, I have to go get it. It's a little silly, but I'll be right back.
And Lucille goes downstairs and comes back up with a hamper full of Greg's mismatched socks for the two of them to go through together and pair back up again.
You don't mind helping me with this then?
No, but there's very many.
Great. It's crazy, right?
It honestly really annoys me how Greg seems to get more and more useless with every new episode. A hamper full of your mismatched socks is insane. If you don't want to do the work of pairing them back up again, do not make your poor mother do it for you, okay? Just throw them out and buy new socks. Oh, wait, you can't do that because if you want to do that, you're gonna need money, and if you want money, you're gonna need a job. So anyway, the two are doing more of Gregory's chores for him, and Lucille asks Joan if there's anything she doesn't like about being here or wishes she could change. And Joan tries to be polite, and she's like, no, I totally love it here. You're so great. And Lucille looks at her and she's like, but? And Joan is like, but you know, I would love some more privacy, and you're like always in your house, so I really think you should like leave.
You're a kind person, you're loving, but you're always home. I think you should go more.
I have a better suggestion. Why don't you marry a man and not 3 giant babies in a trench coat pretending to be a man? Joan tells us she's a pretty blunt person, and she thinks Lucille pretty much fucked up and raised Greg wrong.
She's made it easier for Greg to stay in the house. Greg has this comfortable situation at home, but I want more for us.
And yeah, sure, Lucille is enabling Greg's baby behavior, but Joan, you are living in this woman's house for free, okay? She can do whatever the hell she wants there. If she wants to walk around naked and pee all over her walls just because it's Tuesday, guess what? She can.
That just offends me a little bit.
But it's also your house. You're free to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The solution to your predicament is not to tell Lucille that she needs to leave her house more so that you can bang her soft, pathetic son. It should be that you need Greg to become more independent, so you really need her support to stop enabling his baby behavior.
Why would she say something like that? I have been very accommodating to them. For her to say that, I think was a little out of line.
Greg comes back, he tells his mom that he thinks he kind of bombed the interview, and whether that was intentional or not, we shall never know. Lucille then tells him that she was super offended that Joan told her to basically get out of her own house.
I was a little offended because who's the owner and the primary person in the house? Who holds everything together?
So Greg goes out into the backyard to talk to Joan, and you know how Greg gets more and more incompetent the more episodes that go by? Well, Joan turns more and more into a giant red flag. Greg is like, so why did you tell my mother to leave her house more? And Joan basically tells him that she is testing Lucille's patience to essentially see how far she can push her.
She was kind of a little taken back by
I
it.
just wanted to see her reaction, testing her patience.
And Greg is like, yeah, so that's not super cool. Could you stop? And Joan is like, no, baby, you have it all wrong, okay? I'm not the bad guy. I don't know her that well, so I really need to test her boundaries to see what things I can and cannot get away with saying. Which, I mean, to me, that is a massive red flag. Are you kidding me? She just admitted to testing Lucille to gauge how much disrespect she is willing to tolerate from her. And then Joan starts to cry because Gregory isn't taking her side.
I have no one here. He has to stand for me, but he took his mom's side.
Greg should absolutely have your back in a lot of things, but not when it's to defend you for disrespecting his mother, the woman who is literally keeping the two of you alive right now.
As long as you guys aren't like scratching each other's throats, you have to deal with this for a little while.
Let's check in with Jessica and Juan. Today, Juan has to take care of the kids all by himself, and one of them is sick and asks him to make him some mac and cheese. And I don't know how this man managed to ruin boxed mac and cheese. It is only 3 steps. Boil, drain, cheese.
Butter. And then cheese, 2% of milk. I don't know, it doesn't seem right.
Yeah, there ain't supposed to be wet stuff.
Juan tries to blame this travesty on cultural differences, and he's like, I don't know, mac and cheese in America comes in a box. It's weird. I don't know what to do with it.
But we don't have that type of stuff in Colombia. In Colombia, you buy the mac, and then in the other hand, you buy the cheese.
I hate to break it to you, sweetie, but the steps are still the same, okay? You boil, you drain, you cheese. Jess comes back and Juan has made fish for dinner, but nobody in that house likes fish except for him, and then the baby starts to cry and Juan has no idea why. So he sets Jess down and he's like, honey, listen, I am a man, okay? I'm supposed to be working. I'm not supposed to be doing shit like cleaning and cooking and like taking care of the baby. Like, I'm so bad at it.
And he started being fussy or crying, and I don't know what's going on. I'm like, what is he crying for? Like, he don't seem sleepy at all.
I think he seems very tired.
You think so? You see, yeah, I don't even know.
And Juan pouts and he's like, it's just hard. And Jess is like, yeah, I know. I've been doing it by myself for years while I am working full time.
He really just needs to step into the role of being a dad and just suck it up.
Then, after his failed attempt of making weaponized incompetence work in his favor, the two of them go bowling with Meg to blow off some steam. Juan really doesn't want to see Megan's stupid face right now, but Jess really needs them to start getting along so that Megan will agree to be her maid of honor. Megan girl, get up, leave immediately, and vow never to go bowling again. That was embarrassing.
I hope she's good, but I think she got a little bit of what she deserved. I think that's karma.
Oh my god. Man thinks this is karma because she called him out for being an absolute loser. So obviously Megan starts grilling him again and she's like, so what have you done to prove to Jessica that you're no longer a shitty person? And Juan tells her that he does not owe her any kind of explanation because he is not dating her and she really needs to just shut up and stop bringing it up.
I just need you to know that if you ever do anything to hurt her while you're here now moving forward, I'll ruin your life.
Let's check in with Mark and Mina. So Mina is out, she finally meets Mark's ex, Jade, and oh my god, she looks like a high schooler who stole mommy's makeup so that she could go out and look like an adult. Like, what the fuck, Mark? Where is the cradle that you robbed her from?
So what's up? It was weird getting a text from you. That was crazy. I was like, what?
Jade honestly seems super chill. She does think that she is the one that got away from Mark, but let's be honest, we all probably think that when we leave someone that absolutely sucks. She does tell Mina that she has zero feelings for Mark, and she is very happy with the new sugar daddy that she has found.
You have nothing to worry about when it comes to me. I have absolutely no feelings for Mark because I'm happy in my relationship.
She says that they broke up for a lot of reasons, like she didn't want to move to Boston with him, she didn't want to be long distance, but the biggest thing was she didn't like the fact that he was texting other women that he knew and saying things like, ooh, I want to take you on a trip to Martha's Vineyard.
Il dit, s'il a fait ça avec Jade, ça veut dire peut-être il doit le faire aussi avec moi. Je suis pas extra.
Then Mina is like, I spent $1,000 at your friend's store, and I feel a little bad because, you know, Mark paid for it all. And Jade is like, honey, you should have spent $3,000. And Mina is like, okay, did we just become best friends?
I think after you meet me, Mark to block you. She's not a good person for you.
They hug it out, and Mina says that she's gonna invite Jade to the wedding because it'll be really funny. And then she tells us she's no longer offended that she reminds Mark of Jade because Jade is fucking cool.
I save your number. I think I meet you later. Maybe you're coming to my wedding. It's funny.
Oh, invite me and I'll be there.
Mark is a little offended that Mina met up with Jade because it shows him that she doesn't trust him 100% and he trusts her 100%.
I would hope that she just trusts me and believes me. For all I know, Mina dated someone when we were early on seeing each other in Paris, but I've never even asked her.
Sir, I would like to remind you that she only met up with Jade because your friend informed her that you cheated on her. So, I don't know, shut up. And that, my Panda Pals, is all I have for you today. 90 Day Fiancé has been pretty boring, if I'm being honest. Thank the Lord for whenever Greg and Joan are on. I will say I am very shocked at how red flaggy Joan is growing to be. I still can't believe that she told Greg that she is testing Lucille to see what she can and cannot get away with saying. I don't know if that is a, like, lost in translation kind of thing, but I can't really come up with a good way to spin that. And with every episode that goes by, it feels so alarmingly clear that Jess just has 4 baby boys now. Like, she did not get a partner, she's not getting a husband, she just got an adult baby. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members. Thank you guys so much for your ongoing support. And I want to give a huge welcome to some of our newest members. Start Your Notes 19 and Cough Drop, thank you guys so much for becoming Panda benefactors. Chiba and Natasha, thank you guys so much for becoming Panda patrons. You guys are all so super awesome. I hope to see you guys for the next one, and as always, thanks for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. Bye!